Classic Restos is proudly brought to you by Shannons Insurance, National Parts Depot and Penrite Oil.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Classic Restos. Of course, not possible without the continued support of my major sponsors. When it comes time for the very best in classic vehicle, home and contents insurance, a parts inventory that is vast to help you restore your American-built GM or Ford Classic, and the finest in oils and coolants, go to classicrestos.com.au. The major sponsors' logos are there on the homepage. Click on those to be directed to their websites for more information as to how they can help you. And on today's show, I have a little bit of a mixture for you. But first, I have travelled to a private location in regional Victoria to catch up with a special lady about her special car. With me now I have Ellie Blair. Ellie, welcome to today's show.
Thank you, Fletch. I'd love to be here.
That's good. I've heard on the grapevine you've been watching Classic Restos for a long time.
Oh, yes. Yes, I have. Yeah. Every Thursday night I tune in.
So you get bored easy, right?
No, not with the show.
That's good. Look, it's not every day of the week that you'll meet somebody, a senior lady such as Ellie with a delightful 1979 Statesman. Now, Ellie, before we start talking about the car, originally you're from Holland. Tell us quickly there, how long have you been in Australia?
Oh, it's been an awful long time, but I came out at 17.
What were times like back then?
Not the same, but nice. Yeah, I always thought the place was nice, yes.
Hard times?
Yes, it wasn't easy. Yeah, you had to make your own life then. There's no handouts, you just worked. But it was good.
There's a picture there on screen of you in a black car. What, describe that vehicle for us.
That was a Vauxhall. And it was a little old Vauxhall. It was a cute little car, yeah. And that's the first car I ever had to sit behind the wheel.
How old were you when you came out from Holland?
17.
Wow.
So, so I was too young to drive. It was all bicycle then.
Yeah. So, Ellie, tell us, when did the passion evolve for you to be liking these big luxury cars?
Well, my son had a Caprice. I loved the car, and I said to my husband, if I ever need a new car, that's what I'd like, a car like that. Yeah. This one came up, and I thought I'd love that, but I didn't want to have a say in it, because I thought you could buy a lot of trouble too. It's an old car.
Yeah. It's not often that the lady doesn't want to have a say in it.
No, well, I didn't, because I thought if there was any trouble with the car, my husband would be the one who'd cop it, you see.
Have a look at this gorgeous car, a 1979 Statesman SLE. Released July 1979, it was a tedious time for Australian car manufacturers in the lead up to the oil crisis and the potential demise of big V8 cars in Australia. Badges started to vanish, displaying engine displacements. Trade-in prices dropped. Over time, the sand fell through the sieve, the rocks were left, and this beautiful example is one of them. Termed the Australian Cadillac, an egg carton-style grille, hiding behind front bumper bar overrides, long rear quarter sections, American-inspired interior. These were some of the nicest General Motors Holdens ever made. The SLE was placed between the DeVille and the Caprice as a limited edition and priced around $14,000 back in the day. All right, well, let's have a look at this 1979 car. Now, the 79 Statesman SLE, released in July 1979. The SLE, it was a one-off special model. It was placed between the DeVille and the Caprice. Exactly. It was an older car, well, when you got it, because what year did you get it, Ellie?
In 98 or 99.
Right, okay.
Yeah, one of those, give or take a few months.
So nearly 20 years old then?
Yes, yeah. Yes it was. That's why I didn't want to have a say in it, in case it was going to give me trouble.
So tell us your thoughts on the time that you had the car. What did you love so much about it?
I just loved everything about it, Fletch. Have a look at this. What's not to love? Yeah. And the style, the strength of it, I always felt invincible, because nothing could touch me when I was driving this car, and I took it anywhere. I'd go driving anywhere with this and feel safe.
The car's at your son's place now. Ellie doesn't drive this car anymore now, but it's such an emotional thing for her to get close to. Yeah. The interior of the car too. I mean, these cars represented like a big piece of jewellery. I mean, I can see how you were attracted to the car. The Cadillac styling, interior just beautifully appointed, weren't they?
It was comfortable. It was very, very comfortable, and it was just nice cruising around in it. And it was a home away from home.
During the time that you had the car and you were driving it around, what was, share with us one of the most memorable occasions that you did with the car?
Oh, I think every time I drove the car, it was a memorable occasion, Fletch.
Was it hard getting you out of it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's a job keeping me out of it now.
Yeah. Okay, so just to bring us up to speed, you've got a later model Statesman now.
Yes.
It must have been a big decision for you to stop driving the big girl when you did.
Well, I kept being told that, it's an old car. One day you're on the way to Melbourne, or you're in Melbourne, it might let you down.
Yeah.
And eventually I thought, well, maybe.
Yeah.
But you know what? Drove this car, 6 months ago, a few months ago?
Yeah.
Started off like...
Yeah. It sat for 2 years, put a battery on it.
Yeah, put a battery on it, and it took off first kick.
Yeah.
I want it back.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it hasn't left you. It's still here.
Yes.
It's still in the family. And I just think that it's just a real nice story today to share to you at home watching Classic Restos. For someone like Ellie to be interested in such a big car, a classic car. I mean, I look down, I see the overriders on the front bumper bar, the Cadillac styling. I mean, yeah. Isn't that awesome?
Yes, it is awesome. I was on the highway one day and somebody hit me in the back, crunched the front of the car, not this one, not a scratch on it. You see, that's what I love, Fletch.
Here's a lady that, along with a lot of others, experienced hard times of immigration over 50 years ago. Times were hard. Some people had nothing. It was in a time when the harder you worked, the more you gained. It's just nice that someone like Ellie has seen the worst, but then over time has got the opportunity to experience the nice things in life as well. It's been lovely catching up with you today and sharing the car with us, because I know there's a lot of people watching that are going to be thinking, my God, I'd love to get that car. And I know it's never going to leave the family.
No, it's not. No, I can see my granddaughter driving this one day.
Awesome. That's great.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much, Ellie. Pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you, Fletch. It was nice to meet up with you.
That's good. Anytime. Now stick around, because after the break we're going to be back with a very interesting auction segment, and we'll show you how it's done. When it comes time for auctions in either buying or selling your classic vehicle, these guys really know their stuff.
At $6,500 once, twice, third and final time at $6,500. That's yours tonight, 65. So you'll be on it.
The excitement of an auction, the cars, the one you want. Will you get it? Your car is for sale. Will you sell it? Will you get what you're asking? It's a target audience. Everyone in attendance is a potential mystery shopper or buyer. It's nerve-wracking stuff, but a whole heap of fun. Here we are at the Shannons Auctions. Got Chris Borrabon now. Chris, how you doing?
Fletch, all right. Thanks for coming down to Cheltenham.
That's all right, mate. Haven't been here before. This is exciting. But tell us, someone's out there, they want to buy a car, sell a car. What's the procedure?
Well, they can either attend the auction that in person. Obviously, that's probably the best option. So they can get touch and feel the car, have a look at it. I mean, the cars are here a month before the auction, so they've got a month to look at these cars. Otherwise, if they can't attend, if they're interstate, they can obviously do a phone bid or an absentee bid. And interestingly, which probably a lot of people don't realise, we nearly sell a third of our cars every auction interstate sight unseen. So it's the formula's worked well over the years. Yeah.
Chris, what are some of the advantages of bringing your car here to sell at an auction?
Look, I think the advantage is that you get away from having the tyre kickers coming over to your place, and again, a lot of people today are private, have got a big collection of the cars and don't want people rummaging around on their property. So we take that hassle away from people. We also have an amazing database of over 55,000 now that our documentations go out to, whether it's catalogues or our auctioneer newsletter. So that in itself is phenomenal. And the exposure that we also get overseas and interstate, regional areas of Australia, the penetrations are brilliant.
I think the excitement of walking into the building and not knowing what to expect. I mean, this Cadillac here behind us, old bikes, I mean, the list goes on. It's a real mystery bag, isn't it?
It is. Look, at some lots you get some really good interest leading up, and you know potentially what the results will be. And others, sometimes you just don't know. And on a night, they're the ones that sometimes surprise you. I mean, the Cadillac, for example, as you said, we've had some interesting exposure on that, and we've had a lot of write-ups around Australia on it. I mean, we've even had some international exposure on it. So who knows where we'll end up tonight?
Mate, it's got its own postcode. It's that big.
It has, hasn't it? I mean, look, my kids love it. My kids said, "Daddy, can you come home with it?"
I think just walking in here too, I mean, the memorabilia around the walls, the signs, the banners, everything to look at. It's just an interesting place, mate. I'll let you get back to it. I know that you're flat out, but I've got to say one thing too. You've got some precision drivers in here. I've never seen cars parked so close to each other.
There's a trick to that. We'll go through that one day.
Mate, you've always got to be the paddle pop stick man to get between them.
Look, we do that on purpose. We don't want people to get in between the cars on auction night, so it's there to protect the cars as well. Yeah.
Good on you, Chris. Well, thank you very much. Stay in your favourite chair. The hammer's about to come down. Check out the action. Enjoy it as much as I am here tonight with Chris. Good on you, buddy.
Thanks, Leach. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Fine example of the Statesman's versatile 450 sports car. It's been the same family ownership since 1977. Low mileage, showing some 97,000 kilometres from you. Absolutely beautiful car, ladies and gentlemen. Here's your chance. Lot number 6. Put your hands in the air. Spend it like it's someone else's, ladies and gentlemen. Lot number 6. I've got 15,000 to go, and I'll take 1,000 from there. Quick for a start of $15,000 tonight. Quickly. Help me out, ladies and gentlemen. Who wants it? 15. Thank you. At 15. At $15,000 one now. At 15,000 now. 15. I'm thinking about 16. At 16 got yours. At 16. At 16,000 and at 16,000 now. At 16,000 now. 500 if you want. At 16,000 now. At 16,000 now. You win. Your call. At 16 and a half. At 16 and a half. At 17. At 17 not yours now. At 17 a big tea with Ryan. At 17. At 17 still in your 500s. At 17,000 now. At 17 and a half. At 17 and a half big now. At 17 and a half big. He's back out here at 17 and a half. So and there's 18. At $18,000 now. At $18,000. If you don't put your hand up against it, he's going to buy it for $18,000. At $18,000 for big. At $18,000 now. 18 and a half. At 18 and a half to make you laugh, but not really you, Ryan. At 18 and a half big now. At 18 and a half, I'm 19. You're back in the hot spot at 19,000 now. At $19,000 big. At $19,000 once. Twice. Half. He's gone again, Ryan. You're back in it. At 19 and a half big. At 19,000, got 20,000 even now, sir. 20,005 to stay alive. You can do it, sir. 20 and a half. I knew you'd do it, sir. That's why I hung on. Hang on. 20,500. Right, it's against you now. Once. Twice. Third and final time at $20,500. That's yours. Well done. At $44,000 once. Twice. Third final time at $44,000. That's yours, well done. At $19,000 once, twice, third final time. That's yours tonight, well done.
So there you go. There's all the excitement of an auction. And when it comes time for you to either buy or sell your classic vehicle or memorabilia, contact the major sponsor via classicrestos.com.au. Stay right where you are. Back with more after this. You know, there's nothing worse than a well-detailed engine sitting in an immaculate engine bay only to be let down by a daggy-looking set of exhaust manifolds. Sure, you can try and paint them, or leave them as an original finish. But if you're after a magnificent look with some thermal advantages and a long-lasting finish, then a ceramic coating is a very sensible option. Ceramic coating is capable of withstanding temperatures of 700 degrees Celsius in a polished finish and over 1100 degrees Celsius in a satin finish. It has very good chemical and corrosion resistance and possesses excellent thermal barrier characteristics, providing a dramatic reduction in radiant heat. Like all painted surfaces, the end result is as good as the prep. An initial step is the sandblasting of the part, returning it to a workable finish. After blasting, the item is inspected for cracks and damage. Excess sand is blown out of the crevices. Then it's ready for the ceramic coating to be applied using a special spray gun application. Several coats are needed for a perfectly even finish, then left to dry. The baking oven process starts where the part is left around 2 hours. Then it's removed, left to cool, then is placed into a bath of polishing compound. And the polishing formula happens to be a trade secret. And here is the finished product, looking absolutely amazing.
Well, the advantages of ceramic coating, to begin with, firstly is underbonnet temperatures. You reduce underbonnet temperatures. Also with the transfer heat through the exhaust, you reduce it, and naturally that's underbonnet temps also, and it increases horsepower. Thirdly, the aesthetic look. You've got a beautiful engine bay, beautiful car, to top it off with nice shiny extractors, or the black if you're going for that stealth look. Turnaround time is 3 days to 4 days, so you can get back on the road for the weekend, and it's all done in-house here at Competition Coatings, or Compcoat now as we're known.
Well, there's no doubt that the ceramic coated finish looks sensational and stands up well in any vehicle application. I hope that you have found this segment interesting. Television bloopers. Everybody loves them, and I get emails requesting them. In fact, there's quite a bit of pressure behind the scenes building a weekly TV show. So why not sit back and relax and enjoy some rare footage from the archives of classic Restos. Back in the late 60s and early 70s, they had a 203. I have a soft spot for the Peugeots because, oh geez, thanks very much for the horn, you f***ed me piece up. Here we go. How's it go? Football, kangaroos, football, kangaroos meet. Glitch, here we go. Lance, do you know how many combinations, all told, are there available? Oh, I'll start that again. Lance, do you know the number of combinations for Corvettes, all told, from all up? That's a question, then, isn't it? I'm just talking a lot of shit, aren't I? This monument, it's to... Here we have Daniela, the organiser of the Illabeza. All right, with me now. Yeah, that's it. All right.
You filming there? Yeah. Oh.
It's going to be great to meet new people, and that's what it's all about. And we certainly welcome them here. Start that over.
Oh, that's okay. You're doing good. That's right.
I'll wing it. Hey, I'm not used to this. Your guy's, he's looking at me. He's breathing down my neck.
You told me you did it every day.
Yeah, I lied.
Oh, no. Okay, yeah, I'll do it again, yeah. Just north of Waikikimukau, east of Didikikatinalong, is this Invercargill thistle, and it's not to be mistaken for the Kalikalikuhu Kokamikitora, which is similar to the Diddy. Are we still rolling? All right. Just north of Waikikatinalong, east of Didikikamuka, is the Invercargill thistle, which is not to be mistaken for the Kalikali-Tuhu Kokimikitora, which is next to the Diddy-Diddy-Diddy-Did-It. Just wait for these nuffs to get out of the way. Out of the way, mate. Get out of the way. Here, good. Here, get out of the way, mate. Here we go. All right. All right. Danny, you're supposed to be filming me. I'll have another go, see if I get that right. Linda, so...
Is this one of the bloopers?
Here we go. If you're into custom rods and classics, well, brace yourself. Yeah, just brace yourself. Just brace it. Here we go. I mean, the interior is beautiful. The way that you've got that set there, you've got just a little bit of billet. Have you got a bit of billet in there? No. No billet? No. And on my way back on the... He had it right the first time, the idiot. Oh, that's right. Okay. And, did you do the resto?
Yeah.
Tommy, just stand back here. Now stand up, you're right. Just stand normal, you're right. Yeah, just stay right there and don't move.
Okay.
All right, yeah. Just talk, well, just normal, all right?
Okay, it's still filming, is it?
Yeah, still filming, yeah. Now, when I say customise, it's not... Oh, he's a noisy all right.
Got to edit this part out, eh?
The legacy of the 2013 Burt Munro Challenge continues. Lost it now.
Well, yeah.
Just come back here, Tom. You're not allowed to move. Sorry,
Right.
yeah, you're wandering off on me.
Sorry,
All right, now you're right. You just stay there. If you move again, I have to weld a bracket to you,
Okay,
so
yeah.
you don't move. All right, here we go. All right. You're watching the Albion. You're watching the annual. It's a pain in my ass. And when you do, you'll be shocked. So I'm going to say, all right, I'll just start that piece again. Hang on. Just north of Didikikatinalong, south of Waikikamuka, is the... but never use the wee-wee on it. How you doing, guys? Hang on. Oh, no, I can't say that. That'd be around a racetrack, wouldn't it, Nick?
On my farm.
You right there, mate? He just walked straight through our shot then.
Preconceived notion that it is based on an American Falcon.
Just north of Didikikamuka, which is east of Waikikatinalong, is the famous Invercargill thistle, which is not to be mistaken for Kalikali-Yuyu Kokimikitora, which is just south of Diddy Why Did He Do It? So you reckon you make mistakes? All right, here we go. All right. Dave,
Sorry to interrupt.
That's all right.
I love bloopers tape.
Yeah, I know.
He gives good bloopers.
Now, classicrestos.com.au is the website that you need for the DVD boxed sets of the TV show, along with other Classic Restos merchandise as well. Whilst you're there, check out the major sponsors and as to how they can help you. And Fletch Tours 2014. You owe it to yourself. There's 4 tours you can choose from. GM, Ford and Chrysler at the sensational Carlisle, Pennsylvania, along with the Woodward Dream Cruise in Detroit. It's all waiting there at classicrestos.com.au. As I say at the end of every show, until next week, please ride and drive safe. I'm Fletch, and I thank you very much for watching.
Don't forget to like Classic Restos on Facebook. Facebook.com/Classic Restos TV. And episodes can be seen at shannons.com.au.
Classic Restos is proudly brought to you by Shannons Insurance, National Parts Depot and Penrite Oil.